Hey guys, it's Remy from Accessory Fitness, and in today's video, we're going to go over a great accessory exercise for the handstand push-up. But first, let's quickly go over some of the classic shoulder exercises and talk about why they don't really translate very well to the handstand push-up. Let's start by going over the actual mechanics of the handstand push-up. So as you can see in the handstand push-up here, at the very bottom of the movement, you have a triangle formation happening. So similar to like a tripod and camera, your head and your two hands kind of make a tripod. So that's why, exercises like this, where you're doing a handstand on the wall, doesn't really translate well to handstand push-ups because in this situation, you don't really have the tripod action happening. Instead, your elbows or your hands are basically in line with your head. And that's the same for, dumbbell shoulder presses. As you can see, your hands are in line with your head. And therefore the movement pattern is not very similar to the handstand push-up. The barbell shoulder press is going to be slightly better for the handstand push-up because your hands have to actually be a little bit in front of your head to ensure that there's clearance for the bar when you're pushing it overhead. However, it's still relatively close, as you can see, to your head, and it's not going to translate 100%. So now I'm going to show you the accessory exercise that I think is very good to get the handstand push-up. So here is the great accessory exercise for the handstand push-up. So let's call this the weight plate shoulder press. And what's great about the weight plate shoulder press is, as you can see, because the weight plate is quite large, your hands have to be way ahead of your head to be able to make sure that you can actually get the clearance to push the weight plate up. So the weight plate shoulder press can be performed either sitting down like this, or you can also do it standing up. And I think it's a matter of preference. If anything, it might actually be better when you're sitting down because you can't really arc as much and you have to kind of keep your core more engaged. But I really recommend you incorporate both because some of you may feel it more in your shoulders when you're doing the standing variation. And also, the handstand push-up really has kind of two variations as well. There's the version where your core has to be engaged in a hollow body fashion, which is the harder one, and the easier one where you're kind of just keeping your hip neutral or arc a little bit and you're just trying to get the reps in. So with this exercise, the first thing that you're probably asking about is how do I do more than one big plate? Because if I have multiple plates, it's going to be very hard for me to stack without them falling all over the place. And the solution is actually to just use the sleeves from the Easy Vest, as you can see in these videos. And I'm going to quickly just show how you can actually assemble it, and assembling it is very easy. So it's very straightforward. All you need is one sleeve and one collar. And as you can see in this video, I'm actually using the bumper plate sleeve. It's a little bit longer than the one for the Max that's already included. But that's only if you want to stack like 3 polyurethane coated plates. So with 2 plates, you're fine with just the regular Max sleeve. So if you want to use more than 2 45-pound plates, what I recommend you to do is to actually add like a small, like 2.5-pound plate or 5-pound or 10-pound plate between the 2 big plates. And that'll act as like a spacer where you can put your hands or your fingers in so you can really grab onto the weights better. And it'll just be a lot easier to hold. So in this case, for example, it's 2 45-pound plates and then a 10 in the middle, so it's 100 pounds total. And this is a lot harder than the 100-pound dumbbell press or a barbell press because you're at a very mechanically disadvantageous position, and that's why the handstand push-up is a challenging exercise. So I'm going to give you a second accessory exercise in the next video, and this next exercise won't require any equipment. So if you want to know what that is, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. So thanks for listening, and until next time.